For example, I had a much more confined body of work. I was just doing portraiture or something. If that was all I was doing, then social media could become that weapon where I open up a front, an element of myself that other people would just have no idea existed. But there's nothing left for me to surprise you with. Social media I feel like will just become a forum for backlash for me. Just mean that I can never stop broadcasting, if you know what I mean. So I think you've got to make a decision before you get into what's the best way of connecting. The decision has to be, well, why connect? What is it you actually want out of this in the first place? And does this serve your overall aim, whether it be professionally or just personally?
Okay. Anita, I'm just going to go over to Anita because I know we had a conversation about the way you engage with those platforms, and I guess what is interesting in terms of building that personality, what don't you engage, what don't you have a discussion about, but what do you have a discussion about?
That's a really good question. I don't buy into every other conversation, particularly that our mob have online. My brand is about books and publishing, literacy, the organisations that I'm an ambassador or advocate for, so the NCIE, National Aboriginal Sporting Chance Academy, the Indigenous Literacy Foundation. And I know I have followers that are interested in those sort of things. So I'll choose to blog, tweet and Facebook about particularly Indigenous arts and literature, and I know where they go. I'm keen to use my platforms to influence educators because we're embedding a national curriculum with a key area of Indigenous perspectives. So most of my tweets are about that. Occasionally, my most popular tweets are usually about literacy or political, and I'll show later the ones that are around, for instance the RDA. They'll get retweeted 150 times, and that's where the currency is, because it's not just reaching my 9,000 followers. They can reach, for 2 days I tweeted at a conference, live tweeted, the imprint was 650,000 people who may never have thought about something that I've said about being motivated by social change and not by money, for instance. And so many of my tweets are political, but they are about social change and social good, I hope, and ethics. So with a slant, obviously, to literature and literacy. But I don't buy into every argument that's online. What's that saying? You don't have to go to every argument you're invited to. And because my social media is also my business. I get paid to do social media for people. So it's my brand, I'm a role model. I want young people to look at me and say, I want to write books like Anita Heiss one day. So it's quite serious for me. It's not a game.
So in managing the brand, I guess that gets back to the value proposition, what you stand for. And it's interesting in terms of people responding to social change because, I'm fascinated